Now then, welcome to Huson DIY. My name's Ben. In this video we're checking out the Insta360 Luna Ultra. Okay, so that handheld gimbal camera has been dominated currently by DJI. Now, this is Insta360's kind of first delve into that market. They have had gimbals, but I think you attach phones to them previously on the Insta360 gimbals. I might be wrong on that. I may have made that up. But this is an all-in-one dual camera, touch screen, removable screen, all sorts going on with this Insta360 Luna Ultra. So let's stop talking, let's get inside the box straight away, check out the actual product. I'll get some close-ups, we'll take some footage, and we'll do a quick summary at the end. So let's get inside the box first of all. So super simple unboxing process like most of the Insta360 products. We have covered lots of Insta360 products on the channel. I used the Ultra, the Ace Pro 2, and I've had the 360X3 camera as well. So this one comes in a nice little protective carry case, as you can see there. Or not a carry case, more just a protective case. Inside of here, we've got a bottom stand for this. I think a stand that attaches to the bottom and turns into like a mini tripod, I think, anyway. And then we've got a little accessory box in here. So I've just gone for the standard package, nothing, no combo bundle, anything like that. I will add on if I need to at a further time. I've got combo bundles in the other products, but I didn't bother with this one. So inside this accessory box, let's just check it out first of all. Got some user manuals, quick start guide. We've got a wrist strap, obviously to put it around the wrist just to protect it in case you do drop it. Charging cable, USB-C to USB-C. We've got a little bit of soft sponge or something there, I'm not sure what that is. It may be a lens protector possibly. I'm not sure, we'll look into that in a second. And that is everything. And Insta360, again, one of the only companies that send stickers in their products, which is still cool to see. I do like that touch. So 1 minute, we'll get things set up, I'll get some close-ups, and then we'll try and boot this up. I don't think it'll come with any kind of SD card, micro SD card, but we'll have a bit of a deeper dive into the product in a moment. Okay, I've had a quick read through the instructions, just a kind of quick start guide how to get things going. A few things going on. So this little bit of sponge, I've no idea what that is. If anyone knows watching, let me know. I can't see in the instructions where it mentions anything there. So this protective case that it comes with is really cool. Obviously there's lots going on with the dual lens setup up to 8K recording. So keeping that lens nice and protected when traveling is super, super important. So the little button on the side of here, flick that and we're into the actual case itself. And there we go, there is the unit. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a little bit of plastic just over the screen there. So this touch screen, so screen is a touch screen. You can then rotate and switch on and them up, which we will do. So on here as well, just to confirm, I mentioned you get the little base, little stand, and this is a couple of things. It is a tripod stand, so we've got a couple of kind of legs that flip out just on the bottom here, and we can stand it up like a tripod. But most importantly for me anyway, there is a screw, a threaded screw hole on the bottom there, so you can attach it to a tripod. So that comes with it, that's great, that's really good. And I think also what's really good is you don't need to take a bottom section off to then fit this. There's an old DJI gimbal camera I had where you have to take the bottom off to then fit the extra bit on. So hopefully this will just attach to the bottom, like so, clips on, and we can open up the tripod. Like so. It's obviously not going to be super stable in terms of like a strong wind or anything, but it's good just for kind of tabletop recording if you want to do that. Gives you a nice base just to set it down. Really simple, really easily built in. And obviously flip those back in and away you go. A couple of buttons on the side there, and that should just... Button on the front there, you just press it in and that just comes off straight away. So super easy to use, really like that. I don't know if it'll fit inside the case actually with that. Let's give that a go. Yes, it will, so the bottom can stay on there as well. Keep that in the case, no problem. So it sticks out a little bit at the bottom. So let's get this back open, get this back out. And we should be able to flip the screen round and it should just switch on. So let's give that a go. Okay, so it's booting up. We're on. So you can either flip the screen round or you can press this power button. That's a power button there that you can switch it on with. And we're on. So I'll go through the application setup now. I won't bore you with that detail and then we'll come back when it's ready to use. Okay, things are all set up now on the application. We've got the camera firmware upgrade as well, which took a few minutes, but we're back. I've got a preview on my actual phone here. Just wanted to show you this so you can control it from the phone as you can with all the Insta360 products, but you can actually move the gimbal around as well. If you can see that moving around, so I'm controlling that on my actual screen, moving that gimbal around. Obviously, if you're using it in the hand, you can move the gimbal around as well. But obviously, if you are remote from the camera, you like got it positioned away from your filming you, for example, you can control it from your actual phone as well. And that's the same for kicking off a recording. So we kick off a recording, and that's actually now recording on the camera itself, and we can then move this around while we're recording, like so. So you got a little bit of remote control there from the actual application, which again I mentioned is the same for most of the Insta360 products. So we're all set up and ready to go now. I want to get some close-ups of the camera just with my actual phone and just take some actual close-ups of it, show it off, and then we'll get some footage from it. I'll just do some general footage inside for now. We'll take it outside just to get some footage from the camera, just to show that off, obviously, without hopefully a really high quality footage from these two lenses here. So that's the unboxing, the setup done, really simple to do as it is with most of all of the Insta360 products that I've used in the past. A couple of things to mention just before we go, or one thing really. I do have the Insta360 Mic Pro, which I will link to the video I've done on it as well. I've been using this now for a couple of weeks only. I'm going to do a future follow-up. Hopefully we can try, as part of this video, connecting the actual microphone to the Luna Ultra. I'm pretty sure it supports the Mic Pro. So back in a minute with some close-ups, some footage outside, and then we will do a bit of a summary at the end just to summarise my thoughts. Okay, we're all done now with the Insta360 Luna Ultra on this first video, kind of unboxing, setup, first impressions. And my first impressions are great. They're really, really good. Really impressed with the product so far. The quality, the build, unboxing, the use, the quality of the video. I'm filming from the Luna Ultra now, so hopefully you'll agree that it's pretty good. I mean, 4K resolution, 25 frames per second at the moment on there, and it's really, really good. The quality has been excellent in everything I've done so far. Just to show, I can't show the camera right now, but I can show you the removable kind of control unit, so the touchscreen and the actual control unit. This is more useful than I thought it would be. So kind of sat away from the camera doing filming like I am now, being able to control the recording and the movement of the camera, so I can still move the camera up and down like so. From the control unit, you can use this as a microphone as well, but this has been super useful. Not necessarily when you're walking around the recording, but for this situation where you sat being recorded by the camera, really good. Now, talking of microphones, I did mention microphone. I've also got the Mic Pro connected directly to the camera. Again, super simple to do. I had to do a couple of firmware upgrades on the camera and the mics themselves, or the transmitters themselves. Then I was able, within the settings, to connect the microphone directly to the camera. So that we're doing that right now. I've got a microphone level just on the actual screen there as well, showing me that. You might not be able to pick that up, but there's a microphone kind of level just on the screen there. So that's really useful, being able to connect the microphone directly to the camera. I do most of my recording on my own. So I've got this transmitter or this microphone connected to the camera, and then I'll use my other microphone to use it connected to my Sony camera. Again, this video was just meant to be unboxing, setup, first impressions. I need to use the camera a lot more, but so far, really so good. Really impressed with the camera. The features, the capability, the quality, etc. So far has been brilliant. So I'll put it through its paces. I'll do a lot more testing with it. We'll do a lot more close-up videos with it as a handheld kind of camera. I've used it as well to do some time-lapse on a Ninja Flex Flame product we've got recently. I will link to that somewhere on this video. So I've used this Luna Ultra for the time-lapse function, and that turned out great, as you would kind of hope and expect. What's great about it is the ability to move the angle of the recording really easily, just using obviously the joystick just to move things around. Sounds really simple, but when you're doing something like a time lapse, and you might want to get maybe a different angle up or down or left or right, rather than having to move the tripod, getting things set up properly, you can just move the camera, which is what's great about these gimbal cameras. one of the great features anyway of these gimbal cameras. So yeah, we're done on this first video for now. I won't go into too much more detail. I might pull out some more extra technical bits on my next video, but hopefully you've liked the video, or it's at least been informative. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If not for any reason, give it a thumbs down, but do let me know in the comment section why. Any questions about the product, any questions about my setup, any suggestions about what to follow up with on future videos, please drop that in the comment section. I will reply to all questions and comments. And if you want to subscribe to the Huson DIY channel for more Insta360 videos, product reviews, tech reviews, and much, much more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.